We got some news late last night that Lucid Motors may be getting ready to deliver their first Lucid Airs. So this is very exciting. I cannot wait to get into this information with you guys, as well as go over the technical analysis, show you guys my position and what I am looking to do with this position going into the future now that we have this brand new information. So all I ask for in exchange for this video is that you tickle, tap, touch, or smash the like button, but make it turn blue for me, as well as subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with these continuous updates on all of the stocks that we all love and invest in, as well as crypto and especially ETC. But now that you guys went ahead and did that, let's get into it. Here come deliveries. Lucid Motors has already built 74 pre-production vehicles, while production run for final quality validation expected to take place in June. It says Lucid Motors, the company behind the ultra luxury Lucid Air EV, is now entering the home stretch when it comes to formally commencing the deliveries of its electric vehicle. As per the latest Analyst Day presentation filed by Churchill Capital with the SEC, Lucid Motors has now built 74 pre-production Lucid Air units. Critically, the company plans to commence its production run for final quality validation in June. This means that Lucid Motors will likely be able to start delivering the Lucid Air EV by July 2021. While the EV manufacturer only plans to deliver little over 500 vehicles this year, it is ramping up its capacity to target 20,000 deliveries in 2022. By 2026, Lucid Motors expects its annual manufacturing capacity to be 251,000 units. Also, he is saying they reported a while back that Lucid Motors is expanding its logistics footprint in the Middle East, suggesting that deliveries may also start sooner than expected. Bear in mind that Bloomberg and other publications have reported that the company is likely to construct another production facility in Saudi Arabia, which will be awesome for Lucid Motors, and they definitely do have the capacity to do that. Given Saudi Arabia with all their oil money, they want to be a part of the EV sector. They hit the gas sector on the head, or the oil sector I should say, on the head. They do want to be a part of the EV revolution. Now, this next paragraph goes on to say that they are just leading a green initiative, planting 50 billion trees. Nothing too crazy there as far as an investment in Lucid Motors, but it does say we reported back in April that the persistent rumor of a partnership between Lucid Motors and Apple may have ring of truth to it after all. Peter Rawlinson's refusal to comment on the subject matter is fueling this speculation. While a definitive outcome is yet to emerge, we can safely assume that some preliminary discussions seem to have taken place between the two entities. Now, this is somewhat old news. We already know about the Lucid Motors Apple rumors, but I do want to point out for some of you guys that are unaware that if there was no talks ever between Apple and Lucid Motors, Peter Rawlinson legally would have to say there has never been any talks between the two. But if there has been, he does not have to confirm that there has been, given, rules behind pumping stocks and giving out false information. You shouldn't legally or morally confirm a rumor. Obviously, you wouldn't do that unless a agreement has been made, but you legally have to say if there has never been communications between the two companies. If you're obviously the CEO and ask the question, you cannot lie about that, or lying in the sense of it's called silent fraud, basically, by suggesting that something is going on but nothing has actually happened whatsoever. That is illegal. So that's why he's saying it is safe to say that some discussions have been made, and I do think that is a safe bet to make at this point, because you'd be violating a whole range of laws and regulations. So that is all that is in this article, and this is very, very good news, I do think. Now let's take a look at the technical analysis, because I don't update any of these charts. So you can go back literally from when we first started covering the technical analysis on this, when I called out the drop that was about to come February 20th on the channel. Got so many dislikes, but ever since then I've been covering this stock. And if we do pull this back out to the 15-minute chart from the last technical analysis, it has proven to be very accurate. When we were at about $17.55, I said I think there would be some level of gap up, and I did point that mark to about the $18.76 line. point, I should say. And then I did point out that our support level, the range that we would likely consolidate at, was about the $17.89 mark. And that is exactly where we are right now, almost down to the penny. We are currently at $17.94. So we are sitting right at this range, and we only dipped below here for about one day, I do believe, yesterday. And then we have bounced back up over this line. But I do think this serves as a solid support level at this point. I really don't see us going under this unless we do get some bad news or whatever the case is. As far as our resistance level, it's definitely going to be around the $19 mark, and I'm just going to extend this line over because that was our prior resistance level. But if you're holding this for the long term, it really shouldn't matter to you whatsoever. I know it doesn't matter to me at all because I'm just buying this to buy it and hold it for the next 5 to 10 years. But really, if we get some good news, we could easily blow out past this $19 resistance level, and the more major resistance level is going to be about $20 per share, and then even more significant from there is going to be $21 per share. And I've already established this, and not too much has actually happened. The technical analysis has been very accurate to the downside as far as the support levels, where I see it hanging out around and consolidating in between. But I do expect us to eventually go to about the $19 mark. Like I said, any good news, we're going to blow past this. But this is really where we consolidated for quite a bit of time, from about May 3rd to May 10th. So about 7 days, 7 trading days, we were in between this $19 and $20 range, only dipping under for brief periods, and then we would shoot back up. And then subsequently usually come down in the same day. But there is demand for this stock. It is easy for shorts, though, to short this stock, right? There's a chip shortage going on. There's no deliveries. It's a pre-revenue company. And on obviously a revenue or price to sales basis, how you would evaluate this company, or a free cash flow basis, they're not going to be profitable until at least 2023. And, deliveries are going to look good sometime in the future, but it's just easy to short this stock, and that is what shorts are doing as of right now. We are over on Fintel, and this tracks the short volume ratio, so the number of shares that are shorted per day out of the total market volume. And for the day, we had a total market volume of 6,623,000 shares that were traded, and out of that, 1,121,000 were sold short. So that does come out to be almost 17% of shares being sold short, and this is pretty much in line with what we have seen over the past couple of days or so, being at yesterday at 18%, day before 16, 17, 16, 21, 20, 41, 18, and 17. So this is pretty much in line. Shorts are not doubling their position. I think they are trying to be safe here because we all know some form of good news is going to come out, and just like I know, they pay attention to the technical analysis and what is going on here. So odds of us dropping lower are much lower, I do feel like, than the odds of us ripping up. And the last thing shorts are going to want to do is short a stock, and then the next day or two it goes crazy. So that is just why I think they aren't shorting the stock so much, but it does still have a significant selling power going into the shares because we still do have a 17% short interest pretty much across the board every single day. I would estimate the short interest is somewhere in the neighborhood of 17 to 18 to 19% if you do some rough averaging here out of the last 10 days or so. Now, I don't think this will necessarily cause a short squeeze, but if we do get some good information, this could definitely give us a lot of buying power, because if you guys remember about 2 weeks ago when we had the Lucid Motors and Apple rumors, we popped 16% in that day, and you have to imagine some shorts did cover their position, adding to the share price to go up significantly. So that is something I would expect, and I do think there is a good trade here, just considering the past and how we have popped given news events or rumors whenever they come out. Now let's take a look at my personal position. We are over on the Robinhood, where I hold my position in CCIV, and I do want to point out this is not a trade for me. This is a long-term buy and hold stock. I want to own equity in this company. One day they will be a much more valuable company. But what I was saying about a trade, if something does come out, I do think there's also a good trade here, given how much we have fallen, about past 3 months down 53%. There's definitely room for a trade here when something does come out. But my average cost, I'm averaged in at $23.16. I have 150 shares. That represents 10.63% of my portfolio, and I am looking to average down on this. I probably should have before today because we popped 4.45%, but I am too busy buying other deals, and I really would like to buy this more once this is actually confirmed, because I do believe if this is confirmed and we do merge into Lucid Motors, then usually it's a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event. But since we have fallen so much from our highs, 53%, it could be opposite, sell the rumor, buy the news. So I do see that as a possibility, but I am down 22.2% at $771. Total market value right now, $2,703, and I did sell a covered call at $25 expiring May 21st, which I am up $62 on that, 95% as of right now. So all looks good. I'm looking to average down on my position before we do get a major pop and go back up to those levels. Right now, CCIV is valued at about $30 billion, give or take a couple billion. So I do think this is a good just buy and hold long-term trade, and that is why CCIV is 10% of my portfolio, almost 11% of my portfolio, because I have a high level of conviction in this company. So if you guys got anything useful out of the video, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you are not already. I do greatly appreciate and love every single one of you guys. I just want you to know that. I will see you guys later. Until next time, take care.